Flaky tests can ruin your automation. You may think your automation is running well, but due to flaky tests, you do run the risk at having tests fail from time to time, and you do not really know the reason. Let me tell you what I mean. I have here a website, and I have a very simple scenario. You enter an email which isn't there, right? An incorrect email, and you enter a password. So when you do now the login, you expect to get this error message right here. Now, what if you're using different email addresses, or you're using the same email address, and somebody accidentally actually creates a user for the email that you are using? Then when you're doing your tests, you wouldn't get into this error right here, but you would actually log into the account. So how can you handle a test in such a way that it functions in both situations? So let's have a look how this looks in Cypress. So I have here a really simple test. It's actually the test that we done before. So it visits the page, it enters this email, it enters this password, clicks on the login, and then expects to have this error message. So let's see if this works. So the test is loading right now. It's entering the information. And this is exactly the scenario that I meant. I was expecting to have this error because I was expecting that we do not really have a user for this email address. So how can we fix this? Since we are in the era of AI, I first tried it with ChatGPT. So I explained to it the issue, and I wanted to ask, okay, ChatGPT, give me a solution. So the first solution, or the solution that we're going to try, is the one from ChatGPT. We're going to try and get the element, and we're going to use a promise. And if the element is there, then we're going to, here it says log, we're actually going to do a little bit different, but with the same schema. So what's the idea? So we comment this one out, and we want to check if our element is there. Then if it's there, do the assertion, and if it's not there, then just log this message in the logs. So let's run it again. And if ChatGPT is correct, then we should have a test that passes. And it would seem ChatGPT wasn't correct in its answer. Okay, no worries. AI is just at the beginning, and we can figure something out, right? So another solution, or another way of doing this, would be to instead of checking for the element directly, if that is present, I would check if the parent of the element is present, and then in that parent, if I have that particular element, and then do what I did. So one step above what ChatGPT suggested. So what I mean by this, okay, let's do test whatever to be sure that it doesn't log in. Perfect. So if we inspect this, we can see that we have all of the elements right here, and the alert is in this div right here. So we should check if we have this div, or if we have a div, and in that div we should check for our element. So let's see how this looks in code. So we check firstly if we have that div with an ID that starts with account. I can actually remove this part that was just for logging, and if we have that element, then we check for the alert, and there we'll just do the logging right now to see if that is working. Okay, so let's run the test again. And it passes. The element is not present. Of course, in this case, we could replace the ci.log with this statement. So instead the element is actually present, we can try this out as well. So let me just change this a little bit. If we run it now, this test should pass with this assertion right here. And it did pass. So as you can see, our code works in both ways, either when we have an email that is correct, and also when we have an email that is not correct. Now, besides the way that we did it right here with actual a little bit of complex code, there is a way to make this a little bit easier, and that way is by using Cypress plugin called cypressif. So you just need to install it, and once you have installed it, you need to import it in your end-to-end JS file, and then you can use this command. So how does this command look? Well, let me delete this logic right here and put it like this. So you get your element, right? And then you have if. So if you do dot if, you have you can use if, and you can say if visible. Let's make it nice. Then it should have the text, and you can even use else. So let's see if this one works correctly. We run the test, and it works perfectly. And there you have it. This was how you can solve this part of a Flaky test, or if you wanted to a different name, this is how you can use if in Cypress in a nice way, if it's visible, if it's not visible. Write in the comments if you have any Flaky scenarios that you want me to cover. As always, thank you for watching the video. Do not forget to rest and test, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one, and bye bye.